Okay, so you're gonna move in.
Boom! 19.
Okay, very good. Okay, so as you you walk up to it and you place your hands upon it, I'm guessing, and
Okay.
because you're examining it, right? You have with a 19, you are sure that nothing bad is going to happen.
All right, good. Yeah.
Right, you would know that. You would know that. Hello and welcome. There's another follower. Excellent. Thank you for that. So yeah, you put your hands upon the orb, and as you grasp it, you see, sort of in your mind, you see someone with their back turned, with like snakes for hair, moving and waving about in the air. And
like they don't just don't care.
It kind of like lifts its head up. Yeah, exactly. It kind of lifts its head up
right
as if something was spooking it. Like it just like what? Turns around and looks directly at you. Walks up, puts his hands on it, and then and you just snap out of it.
Okay. Shit. Fuck. Crap.
Yeah.
So I had my veil. They don't
you have
know who I
no
was.
idea what you just saw, mind you, but
You did too. You had your veil on. This is right. You said that.
Yep.
Ah.
God damn.
So you examine creepy ball. Does it look like something we can just smash or what?
Actually, examining it, yeah. So now you have it. Now in your hand is sort of like a defunct little sphere, but somebody make a. Actually, you did an knowledge arcana, so you're actually fine with this. You did well. You rolled a 19, so you have a drift globe in your hands.
I don't know what that
A
is.
who's?
A drift globe. A drift globe is. I will find it for you.
Well, if it can be turned off from the other side, can it be turned on from the other side?
You're not exactly.
Maybe
Even with such a high roll, you're not exactly sure. You know what? Do an insight check.
Okay. All of us, or?
I don't know.
No,
how
just
the rest of us make
Tals.
inside
Just whoever
checks.
put their hands on it.
You don't know the arcana stuff.
Okay. You're not sure, but the best that you can think of is that whatever magic was cast on it seemed to be good enough. Maybe you're just thinking about this. Maybe it was good enough to be invisible until you touched it, and then when you touched it, you weren't good enough with it, so it sort of like alerted its presence.
Yeah.
And then whatever it was watching caught sight of you, and then sort of like just ended the spell.
Okay, well, what I'm going to do, so I don't know if this is still magical or not, or they can reactivate it or not. I don't know what a drift globe is. I mean, maybe I've heard of it since I've got the name now.
A drift globe, actually in your hands too, because it starts to emanate light, really. So that's what you're getting from it. You're getting some light from it. So if you're within 60 feet of it, you can speak a command word and cause it to emanate the light or daylight spell. Once used, the daylight effect can't be used again until the next dawn. So you can get daylight from this globe. And you can also speak another command word and an action to make the illuminated globe rise into the air and float no more than 5 feet off the ground, where it will hover until somebody else grasps it, until like you yourself or somebody else grasps it. And you can also move it 60 feet around.
As an action?
As an action, yeah, I believe so. Move 60 feet from the globe. Oh, and it follows you within 60 feet of you.
Okay, and it follows you. That's actually very, very good.
Yeah, that is another massive donation. I don't know, that's coming in from Zarhax with $100.
Oh,
Wow.
aren't you awesome? Thank you very, very much.
Another massive donation.
Catch up with the
People really
earphone.
generous.
Thank you very much.
That's amazing.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you very
It's going to
much.
go a long way to helping Briarstone do this at a slightly better time.
Yeah.
Slightly more time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paying my
Okay.
wages hardcore this time, man. You guys are amazing. If I can come to rely on this, I'm here. I am here. I will find a way to be here. Anyway, right. So that's good. That's what you get. So you guys get a couple of magical items, and you know, one is obviously a lot more cooler in terms of death dealing, right? You got a magic missile one. Who's going to be carrying that, by the way?
Well, that's what I was going to say. So, two things. First of all, the drift globe, I'm going to wrap up in that burlap cloak that I found earlier. I'm
There
going
you
to
go.
wrap it up in there, and I mean, I don't know. I'll stuff it in my bag for now, or whoever. That doesn't
Fine.
make a difference. It seems like it's pretty safe for us to use. It looks like whatever magic was being used for communications is broken at this point, but we may still want to poke it a little bit more before we be sure. The magic wand is a very, very powerful item. What it does, it has 7 charges, and you can use a charge to cast a magic missile spell, and it regenerates 1d6 or 1d6 plus 1 charges every day. So you can keep using it. If you do ever burn through all the charges in one day, then there is a chance that it gets destroyed at that point.
Yeah.
But as long as you're sort of gingerly about it, it's good. And I would say Lasan already has like crazy ass powerful range attacks.
I don't need it. I don't want
then
it.
Mostly comes down to me and Eric. And so the question is, does Eric want to use a wand?
Yeah,
Technically
that's
a
not really
weapon.
My job.
Okay. Then I would be very happy to have it as an option because these darts, they're not cutting it.
No.
And you'll have 7 uses of it, and 7 uses is pretty good. That is another follow.
Up
Thank you
to,
very
up
much
to
for
7 uses a day,
Yeah.
or realistically 6, because you don't ever want to put it out. That'd be super desperate, but still, damn, that is awesome.
That's a really powerful item.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Very good. Yeah, daylight. I works as the daylight spell. That's going to be very helpful for, certain other types of creatures, right? Anyway, you guys can
Well,
now
if they-
leave
if-
or do whatever you want to do. What do you want to do?
If they can follow behind you with the daylight, then we don't need someone carrying a torch. So
This
that
is
is
true.
also good.
That's also
As mundane as it is, that's actually really useful.
Also, it's super cool.
it is super
Yes.
cool.
Like, by rule of cool, it's the best thing we've found so far.
As you guys exit the cave, because I'm pretty sure you don't want to stay here much longer.
No, I just wanted the pedestal he had set up with all the hands clutching each other. I just want to kick that thing down.
Okay,
just
you're
in
kicking
case.
it
I
down?
don't know.
Okay.
Looks like evil junk. Whatever.
And in fact, I suspect Tao also knew that there was no specific spell with those bones after she removed the globe. After you
Yeah.
touched the
Okay.
globe and removed it, it's sort of just, it's kind of defunct now. But yeah, kicking things around and making sure it stays defunct is probably a good idea. Okay, so now, with a decision on your heads, where are you guys going to head to next? Because you could go back to town, right? And report what you found here to the constable. Or you could continue on to the farm, where
What time of day is it?
it hasn't been too long since you guys got in here. I dare say that
Like
given
an hour and a half.
all the maybe an hour and a half with all the moving
it's
around.
Still late afternoon.
It is. I mean, obviously, it's going to be. I mean, it was early. It was kind of mid-afternoon when you guys set out, if I remember correctly. So you're getting in closer to late afternoon, yeah.
All right. So put us back outside if there's nothing.
There
more
is
to
no
do.
outside for you to see specifically. But what I can do is
Oh right.
put you
okay.
guys. Yeah, I can put you guys back to the other map,
on the
which
map.
is the standard
so
map.
the storm. How's the storm doing? The donkey hasn't found a way to eat all the pie. There's nothing wrong outside. How is that storm? What
Right,
drove us in here in the first
that's
place?
something to keep in mind, though. So you guys were protecting the pies. While you left, the horse and the donkey are both kind of enjoying the pies.
No!
Yep.
Speedy,
Well, the
no!
donkey would have had a hard time
That
getting
donkey.
to it. It was in harness.
Okay, so then just the horse, then. Just the horse, sorry.
But apparently my horse likes pie. Well, I had a
What's your-
horse
your
that liked
horse
pie
like
once before. It
brown
could happen.
something? What's your horse's name?
Dark
Like brown. Darkson.
Yeah.
Bad Darkson. Bad horsey.
Darkson.
We're not friends anymore, Darkson.
So,
Oh, good.
so there's that. In terms of like taking the pies to the farm and making sure that you guys have a lot to eat with the kids and such. You might have to go back to town anyway to get those pies, but that's just whatever. What do you guys want to do?
Well, I think going to town is probably fine. Letting the constable know about things is probably a good idea. Constable
Yes,
Burke.
Harvard.
But I would also be specifically interested in going to the temple. I mean, I'm not particularly religious, but I guess that would be Imdar, the priest of Tempest in town. We should probably let him know that A, there's been a necromancer active, and that bodes not well, and B,
Yeah.
could you maybe check the graveyards? Because he's getting these bodies from somewhere.
Yeah.
And what's up with that?
Yeah, there's a lot to be said there. Also, you would
That's a
know,
good point.
everybody would know, in fact, because you've actually spent some time in Red Larch, the fact that the All Faiths Shrine has multiple priests of different faiths. Nobody owns it, and several priests run it at different periods throughout the day. So you guys can easily find who you're looking for from there. Also, the constable, if you want to go talk to the constable as well, the constable generally during the day, when he's not running around trying to capture, people who are being disruly, or unruly, I should say, he works at the meat shop, the butcher. So you can find him there.
Okay. Well, yeah. Now, either way, we should be going back to town, so that makes sense, I think.
Okay.
All right. Slowly.
So there is the map of Red Larch for anybody who is currently watching on stream. Multiple little arrows and the red numbers point out to different places of the or points of interest. The All Faith Shrine is going to be the one that is just at the crossroads, and the number 1. That's the All Faith Shrine. That's technically, I suppose, where Tau at least is going. Are you guys staying together, or are you splitting up in town, or?
I think town is the one place it's safe to split the party.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one place you can do that.
I'll go with one of you.
I'll go talk to the constable and let him know what we found.
Okay.
Sure, I'll go with you. I mean,
Okay.
sounds reasonable to me. But as Tao's heading off to the shrine, I was like, hey,
Yeah.
if shrine is all faiths, do they have like necro faith? You should check that out.
Anything that's taboo, probably not. No.
Oh, so it's not really all faiths. Okay, that's fine.
All
It's
non-taboo
all faith with
faiths.
an asterisk.
Whatever
All
doesn't make.
asterisk faith.
Yeah, exactly. But anything that doesn't make people uncomfortable, which I dare say necromancy makes people uncomfortable.
Well, it should.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, heading back to town. Tao's going to All Faiths, and Demonac and Lasan are going.
Eric and Lisan. Yep.
Yeah, Eric. Also, there's the, if you guys want rumors and stuff like that, or gossip in town, there's the Swinging Sword as well as the Helm of High Sun. Both are places to chill and whatever.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, we'll stick together for now. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
just gonna find the constable, tell him, Lance Rock had been invaded by
Bad things.
a foul SOB who was raising dead bodies to serve as an army against something. Oh, this book I picked up. I picked up. I should have given that to Tao, right? You're going off to. No, what? Actually, whoa. Let's stop for a second. DM. The first page was in Elven. Can I read anything else? Is it blank?
Check out
Yeah,
a little
basically.
bit more now they have time.
Yeah, you can read more of it, but it basically seems like more like he was actually, because you're walking back and you can sort of walk and read. It seems along the
My horse
lines.
knows the way.
Yeah, it seems that there was a lot of misspells, if you will. Like he tried some things that didn't work out, which probably goes for also at the altar where things, didn't. There was like a spell or something, a ward trying to be there,
Right.
but something didn't work out there, and he was pinning down all his mistakes, trying to figure out how to do things proper like. Which, of course, if you think back to what it mentioned about his master being useless, probably at this point you're gathering that it's not because his master wasn't smart enough, or he was smarter than his master, but because maybe his master was just like, you know what? Go. Get out of here.
Do we have any
It's
indication
done
where
in
he-
Kruger effect. He didn't know enough to know he didn't know.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. It's really
Is
good.
there any indication of where he came from?
No, actually, he wouldn't have wrote that down specifically, no. Although he would say his master's name,
There
right?
you go.
So you could probably
That's an
inquire
indication.
about his master, and I will give you the name of his master later because I'll have to go and look it up.
Okay.
But I will give you the name of the master, and you guys can ask about him in town or wherever it happened to be to see if you can, figure it out.
Cool. So, for my part, since I'm alone, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Rather than go directly to the temple, I'm going to make a side trip to Mangabar Lauren's bakery in the guise of the widow.
Wow. Okay.
So I'll be coming around the back and opening the back door into the kitchen. And do I find Mangabar there?
Yeah. No. It's still the day is still young as far as bakery goes. I mean, she's still working away.
Oh, it's a she. Okay. Well, I make the secret sign of the Zentarim to indicate that I am a friend of the Black Network.
Right. Okay. And which you can actually do a Actually, no, it's fine because you know it really well, so that's fine. Yeah. So, first of all, very very perturbed, right? Seeing the widow because she doesn't like know why. What the hell? Oh God, what? But then you do the sign, and then you basically signal friend, but she's still very very wary. About it. So yeah, what do you want to tell her? What do you want to talk about? You'll probably be talking first.
What's that?
You'll probably be talking first.
Yes. I'm here for some information. I've come aware, and I don't know how the widow talks when she's the guise of the widow. It's like, I'm Batman, except
That's what I assumed. Raspy widow voice.
Yeah, that's sort of like whispery. I'm just talking under my breath a little bit, but I'm doing it loud enough that it's not really a whisper. And God, that's hard in the throat, so I'm not actually going to do that.
Good.
But yeah, I'm going to indicate that I'm going to ask if the Zentarim is aware that there was a necromancer operating inside of this area, inside of the region of Red Larch.
Yeah, very quickly. They will divulge the information that they know, basically everything they know, because they're really quick to help people that they know are part of the faction there. Specifically, they didn't know of a necromancer specific, but there have been some very interesting things happening. She's been reporting back elemental things happening, but specifically also very recently, undead activity. Did not know, however, about Lance Rock. Did not know about that. In fact, the undead activity that she knew about specifically was further out of town, where some kids had investigated or were playing around in a wooded area and had seen a ghost next to an old tomb. But
Sounds going really strange for me.
Is it?
Yeah, I didn't hear any of that. It was just like. Okay.
Can you hear me now, though? Yes.
I can now. Yes.
Okay, good. So yeah, specifically, a ghost hanging about a tomb, an old tomb. Some kids have seen it. Some children have seen it. But that's basically it.
And with this elemental activity, do you mean the strange weather, or is there more going on?
More than the weather. It does tend to. The other day, in fact, people, and not everybody. That's the weird part. But some people said, you know what? There was a strange heat wave, and by wave, I mean literally a wave, just sort of like come through, partially visible and very very hot, just come right through town. And one part of town, in fact. So why some people actually just, knew about it and other people didn't, which is why everybody's up and it's like, you're making this up. And some people are like, no, it happened. But it was really, really warm. And then some people in other parts of town had said there was like lightning just popping up into the clear blue skies, as lightning striking the air in far off areas. But yeah, strange things. Very strange things.
I'll ask if Mangobarl has any paper around, and I'll just sketch that symbol that we saw with like the 4 elements in the eye, and ask if that means anything to her.
Okay, very good. Yeah, and a quick glance. Yes, I've actually seen that before. Doesn't know much about it other than the fact that it is the Elder Eye, surrounded by the elemental signs. Which it would be strange why the necromancer had that, because necromancy, and then of course studying into the elemental side of things, they don't usually mix. So what was going on there? Not quite sure. Did you see anything else in the cave?
Yes, it seems like the necromancer might have been in contact with. Hard to say, but at a glance, could it have been a Gorgon? Or a Medusa, something with snake hair?
Gorgon? There's only one name that I know, but everybody thinks they're dead. They have been for years, in fact. Marlos. Unrail.
Marlos.
They
Marlos Moonrail.
Urnrail. Urnrail. So Urayle. Okay. Someone who was very preoccupied with themselves, thought a lot of themselves. Used to throw great parties, apparently.
This is like a person, a human or something.
Was. Definitely was. Not anymore, and supposedly dead. But people said that they seen him, or somebody who professed to be him, wearing a mask. And in the Zhentarim, we know that there is a Gorgon, or not a Gorgon, sorry, a what do you call him? Because Gorgon is a different monster in this.
Yeah, you're right. Yes.
Yeah.
Medusas, I guess.
Medusa, yeah. By going by that name. But I don't know much more about that. You're going to have to ask someone else other than me.
Well, I know how much the Black Network hates competition. And so I'm sure it'll be in your interest to keep me updated with any information that might be relevant here. Because this is not the sort of thing I think that we would like to see going on, is it?
No, indeed not. If I have any more information, I'll let you know.
Mm-hmm. And we like arrange like a little drop spot or something like that, or some symbol, some signal in town. You know, like if I see a red handkerchief hanging on a certain sign, that means I should come for a visit. You know, that sort of thing.
Okay, very good. Yeah, we can follow that.
Yeah.
We can absolutely follow that.
With a message inside.
Yeah. Which is interesting because I just thought of something. So Tao is the widow, and Tao owns a pie shop, a bakery, if you will. Yeah. And then you got the leader of Zhentarim, who also owns a bakery.
This bitch better not start baking pies. I'm just saying.
In fact, you know what? You see a pie on the counter. It doesn't look very good though. It doesn't look very good.
I like. Oh, okay.
It looks like
knock it over.
It looks like an effort was made.
Hard and dry.
You know, looks like an effort was made, but that's about all.
If only I had something on me that would make it taste even worse. So that when she tries to sell it, it's just awful.
Look. Very good. All right. So that's that engagement.
Okay.
What else do we have? Anybody go into
and then after that, I leave.
Constable Harburg, I believe we were telling.
Yeah. I'll leave and I'll like go back and like stealth back into my shop and dress myself back as Tao, and then I'll be heading back towards the temple. But
okay, very good. All right, so we're gonna skip to the constable now.
Yep.
We're just giving a report what we found. Lance Rock had been invaded by a disgusting human being who was raising the dead. We might want to check our cemeteries or those nearby. We don't know where he's from. I don't know, this book we have, should we give it to the constable for investigation? Does he have that sort of ability? I don't know what he's got going on.
Well, it would be evidence. Harvard? It would be evidence.
It is evidence? Okay.
He does know people who could explain it better if he can't.
All right.
And
we'll hand him the evidence.
Yeah, it was just his diary or something. It sounded like he wasn't very good at his job, so you could use this tome of how not to necromancy.
But there are bodies that will need some sort of respectful handling.
Now the constable probably couldn't even read the book though if it's in Elven, right?
No, that's true.
No, actually, I don't think so. While he has seen a lot, learning another language hasn't been part of that. No. Well, other than speaking, he can speak a little because he's come in contact with it. But as far as reading it, no, not so much.
Well, my family's all good in Elven.
Right, and that's probably why he can speak some.
Okay.
Just from time to time, the engagements that could happen. Right, so after you tell him all of this, he seems very troubled. I mean, he looks like a very troubled guy, but sort of like a dead-eye trouble. Like he's kind of worried. You can tell that maybe he's worried about something, but he doesn't really show it very pronounced. Mm-hmm. But while you're talking and speaking to him, you can tell that it's falling on him, and it seems to be weighing him down more. And so what he says to you next is in terms of this seems like a priority, and he will actually approach the people like from the All Fates Shrine, any priests and such like that, to kind of go and help consecrate the area. But he can't be at multiple places at a time, and in fact, himself and his guards, 2 of his guards, were going to later this evening head out to sort of manage or to find out something that happened along the road. There was a wagon that preceded another wagon. They were together at one point, One stopped off to quickly sort of re-tie down some stuff. And they said they'll just meet in town. One wagon actually came to town, and it's been several hours now. The other wagon has not. So they were going to go and find the wagon along the long road there. And then hopefully, you know, just help them out, maybe repair a wheel or whatever happened. They're going to try to resolve it. This, however, the stuff you've given him is a lot more of a precedence, and he asks if you, specifically you, Lasan. So I know that Eric is here.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. I know that Eric is here right now, but he knows you more of helping to fix things in the past. You have done that. You've been good for that.
He knows Lasan. He just knows me as big and loud.
Yeah. So he's going to send. He's going to ask if you'll go and seek them out and help them.
Is north or south of town?
That'll be south, I believe.
Yes, I mean, this is what I do. I used to guide, right? So absolutely.
From the reports that he knows, it's not very far out of town. Okay. It's probably close to an hour. At this particular point, it's getting late afternoon, and you know, he wants it to be sort of like a haste thing because he was on his way out. In fact, when you caught him at the butcher shop, he is just getting his men to leave to go. But now he's kind of changed.
Is there some way you can lend extra horse for me, or
yes.
someone I can rent somewhere?
We need a couple of horses.
I'll go help her out.
Do we have a stable here in town? I didn't see.
Yeah, there's definitely a stable. Well, it's nearby the smithy, one of the smithies there. There's just not really one that's labeled. It's, you know, they sell horses, but
yeah, but we're doing something by the order of the constable. They can lend us a couple of horses.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's easily done. Easily done.
Free horse.
And especially since he's asking you to go help him do something.
Pretty sure he's lending the horse. Like, if they want, I'll give him like a 20 gold deposit or something.
They know me and my family. It'll be fine.
No.
If Lasan trusts,
it is with you.
It's fine. Yeah.
Okay, I offer the deposit, and they're like, no. It's like, you know, he's like, oh, you get respect around here. It was good.
Been here a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And gentlemen, as much as I hate to say this, we are going to call this done for the day.
Great time.
It's getting there. It's
we know where we're
15
starting.
minutes in.
I've got another stream here in 15
very good.
minutes.
That's right. Sorry.
Take a quick break. I'll be playing Stellaris with a group of other people in 15 minutes right here in this channel. Guys, next week, because now, you know, the donations, we're hoping, you know, to get Briar out of his job on Sundays so we can do this at a slightly better time, and maybe even, you know, maybe even a little longer. We'll see how that goes. And part of all of this is we want to get him partnership. So next week, this stream will be hosted by Briarstone on his channel. Now, if you show up here, you'll still be able to see it. I will be hosting him, but it will be actually broadcast from Briarstone's channel. We got to get those numbers up there. We want to get him partnership. So tell your friends, show up, and we'll see you guys over there next week. Sound good? Good.
I like it.
I know.
Yeah, no, I think it's awesome, but that's me.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. This is going well, and yeah, we got to get some partnership going here.
That would be amazing. And speaking of that, I will say just right quick, look forward to next week, because what I'm freaking out over here about is that there's some things that I could have maybe no, actually it would have been, it's still a cliffhanger. I'm gonna tell you right now, things are about to happen. It is great, but we're gonna wait. So next week,
I as another teaser, I'm pretty sure that we must have leveled to 2 after all this.
Yeah,
stuff.
you're gonna be level
just
level
tracking
2
some
when
of
we
the
come back.
kills, even without any bonus XP. So level 2 next time.
Yeah, we will level in between sessions. We will be able to do better stuff, probably, hopefully,
and not die as quickly.
And in
That'd be
between
nice.
now and next time, where can people find you, Quill?
You can find me at youtube.com/Quill18 or twitch.tv/Quill18.
Very good. And Demonac.
Yeah, you can find me at youtube.com/Demonac, or you can tweet at me at @TailsDDC.
Excellent. And Ava.
I'm a Kiss for Luck everywhere. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, all the places, and right here, a Kiss for Luck.
Perfect. And as for myself, you can find me on twitch.tv/Briarstone, and on YouTube, Briarstoned with a D at that particular site. Twitter is going to be BriarStone_LP because I have to make things difficult, right? Everything's difficult. Facebook.com/BriarStoned, again with the D at the end of it. And that's me. I will.
And all those links are available at SundayMorningHeroes.com.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the best place to find any time zone information if you're having trouble
Everything's there.
coordinating
Yep.
when we're running. That's
Oh,
the
and it's
place.
also worth mentioning, Sunday Morning Heroes, anytime that you're tweeting out anything about this particular event, hashtag it Sunday Morning Heroes, that it just becomes more available to everybody who is looking for more information on Sunday Morning Heroes. It'd be very, very helpful.
There you go. That's
And
good.
excellent. And thank you all for the donations today. That was
See you next
fantastic.
time. Live your life happy, build it beautiful. Drop over into Twitch chat and say hello. Bye-bye.